Okay, hello.
Yes, hi.
I'm Ellen, and today we're going to have speaking tests. This is gonna take like 12 to 15 minutes of your time. Are you ready to begin?
Yes, I'm ready.
All right, so before you start, I want you to introduce yourself.
So, my name is Phạm Quý Anh. You can just call me Quý Anh. I'm currently a high school student at Vinh Yên High School.
Okay, so Kriyan, so let's begin. Our topic is all about culture. How do you get to places around your town?
So, I usually catch a bus to get around places, or if it's a bit too far, I will use my motorcycle to get around.
What do you like about your hometown?
What the things I love most about my hometown is there's a special place that people use to get around is a well. Yes, an old well that put in like a middle of the town, so people can like wish for. We have a special culture there.
Is there anything that you dislike about your hometown?
The part that I dislike about my hometown is, I think, mainly the facilities, and especially the road. I mean, it's fair. To be fair, it's a hometown, so the quality is not as good at the city, but I think that the roads should need to be upgraded so people can get around more easily.
Do you live in a house or a flat?
I live in a house, a departed house that had a second floor, and I stay on. And my room is located on the second floor, while my mom usually have do things at the first floor.
Do you prefer eating out or do you prefer eating in a restaurant or at home?
I would prefer eating at home. I like a home cooked meal more than a restaurant course, because I think that restaurants that course is a bit way too expensive and wasteful, and I think that we don't need to. I don't need to like go to a restaurant to go to eat out. I can go to a convenience store like Circle K or most places just like that to have to eat out, because it's more affordable, and I think for my taste way more delicious.
How long have you been learning English?
I've been learning English for me it's like 8 years now, and I started learning from elementary schools, and I have a bit of talent, and you could say that I'm gifted. I was very good at English, and I was participate in what is called an event for us, like for compete between English student.
Do you play any sports?
I played an indoor sport called chess. I love chess, and my family usually play chess. Well, most of I think men in my house play chess, from my grandpa to my dad, and now me. We played Chinese chess. It's different from the chess like that like worldwide. I can't remember what called, but we played mostly Chinese chess.
What is the most important festival in your country?
The most important festival in my country, I believe, is the Independence Day, the day that our country had been the independence and was like free. We were free from the enemy, and we marked the day so we can remember it every time that they come.
Do you think this festival will be as important in the future?
I think that this day will be important and will stay for, I would say forever, because it's the day that marked we got freedom. We were free from the enemy and from the rival.
Tell me how weddings are celebrated in your country.
The wedding was celebrated in my country by the men's house mostly the men's house will take part and set up the weddings, and we will use the money to book place. It's for the woman's house. For the women's, they will, I would say, visit all the men's house for so I forgot the word, to show so now they are responsible to get married and to show how they love each other.
All right, now this time let's proceed to part two. I'm going to give you a cue card. So an extra pen and a paper. So in your cue card, you are going to make notes for 1 minute, and after 1 minute, you have 2 minutes to speak. So before you begin, I want you to read your cue card. It's all about describe
a festival that you enjoy. You should say when the festival occurs, when it occurs, what happens during it, and explain why you enjoy the festival.
All right, so the topic is all about festivals. So you're 1 minute to prepare, again, 1 minute. And after 1 minute, you have 2 minutes to speak. Your 1 minute begins now. Okay, so your 1 minute is done. You have 2 minutes to speak. Your 2 minutes begins now.
So I'm going to talk about a festival that I enjoyed. So it is called TED Festivals, and it's a festival that my school will set up at school. Yes, at school, and it mainly starts at the end of November, like before the actual New Year's Eve and test holiday. Test holiday is a special day, and day that we will go to houses and have and we will have a compliment about each other. So at schools, when before the test festival was set up, So the school principal will give each class, each grade a note, and all the grades, and each grade will participate to make the best food vendors, and there will be a person to try all the foods and vote for the best one. So before that, we will set up our own vendors, and there will be the foods will mainly about pork and cabbage and other things as
Your
well.
2 minutes is done. Now, this time let's proceed to part 3. Let me have the cue card, the paper, and the pen. Okay, so in part 3, since your topic is all about festival, let me ask more questions regarding that. Are historical sites in your country popular to visitors?
I would say yes. Most of the historical site is popular to the tourists. Our historical site is mainly about Buddhism and Christians. And for my house, I'm a Buddhism with my mother, and we will usually go to the church. There's a church in the District 1 at Ho Chi Minh City. It's a church called Thúc Church, I think, and it's a giant church that tourists can get in and have a tour around, and a tour guide will lead everyone to to get knowing about the place.
Is it more important to preserve historical sites or make way for the developments of the future?
I think that we should both improve the technologies and also preserve the historical site. And by doing this, so if we improve the technology, we will have the money to preserve the historical site. And for example, the government can set a rule that people have to pay fee to able to get in the historical site, and use that money fee to preserve the historical site.
What do you think will happen to your country's historical sites in the future?
I would say in the future, most of the historical sites will still stand, but some might disappear due to the development of the urban place, and they cannot handle the changes of the place, and it might get removed or get moved to other place for easier preservation.
What is culture for you?
I think culture for me is an identity of a country, a general country, or a specific place. For example, in Ho Chi Minh City, we have a culture that we will wear outside in a special event or during concert or special day like Independence Day.
How will your country's culture have changed in the last 5 years' time?
a lot have changed during the last 5 years as the development keep upgrade, and so the generation have some different thought about the culture, but most of the cultures will remain the same. And I think it changed a bit to be able to suitable with the generation.
All right. Okay, so that's the end of our speaking.